Hey people, Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Thanks for liking, joining, subscribing, and being part of the channel. Now, I've been fighting a war for a long time. I've been fighting an information war. 99.999% of the people watching this video have no clue who I am. I am a Portuguese Canadian living in a small town. I own a small business, just a small guy trying to raise his family and make his way through life. But I've been very vocal, and I've been on trying my best to bring forward something, or maybe predict, or maybe, I don't know. But I have an important message I want to share with you guys. I have made 4,700 videos. I've barely scratched the surface, and I've been saying it, or this channel has been up since 2012. The previous channel was terminated. Now, okay, so what? So what's the deal? I received a community strike. This is my 16th 16th community strike today. For a video I made 3 years ago, in March of 2020. Now, what YouTube has done, they've actually removed old videos. You used to go to latest, popular, oldest. You would go to the oldest and say, oh, who's this? How long have they been around? What were they saying pre-COVID? What were they saying before the pandemic? You can't see that anymore. You can't see the post-COVID. Who's pre and post? Like, I'm following people, they're all way before COVID. A lot of people that are still in existence on YouTube have been reached out to. I've been reached out to 2, maybe 3 times, and I've ignored them. They help me grow my channel, to make me bigger, to save lives, to be part of something bigger. And I've refused it, and I've made multiple videos showing you guys the emails and discussing this in depth. They're not allowing you. So this is what's happening. Social media is they're going to be shutting things down. So here is the email. Hey, Mike Martins, our team has reviewed your content. Unfortunately, we think it violates our medical misinformation. Medical misinformation? Medical misinformation? In March of 2020? What medical misinformation? Well, I'll show you guys. So, there's the video right there. I've watched it through 2 times, and all I said on the video was, they're going to roll out a vaccine, right? They're going to make it mandatory. And another thing that I said and made it very clear was they're actually going to come out with multiple injections. I didn't call them boosters. I didn't know what the name, I didn't know how to paraphrase that. So I don't know what to call it. So I just said they're going to do multiple ones, and they're going to force people to take it. And what's going to happen is, quite simply, they're going to start blaming the people that didn't take it on the people that took it. Or the people that, they're going to blame the people that didn't take it on the people. So basically blaming, if you didn't take it, I'm getting sick even though I'm fully vaccinated. So that's what I was talking about on this show. So there's no medical misinformation because the vaccine wasn't even in production. There was nothing happening, but it's still COVID-19 medical. There's the screen right there. COVID-19 and its existence. So there it is right there. Now, what have I been talking about? This is the problem. You go on my channel, you type in inflation. I'm very pre-COVID. Look at this, 5 years ago. Double-digit inflation on the way, rates to stay the same. Brace yourselves, buy and stock food. So they weren't raising rates when they should have to hedge against inflation. Another major lie, hiding inflation, standard of living versus cost of living. It's all an illusion. 5 years ago. Zero bed, zero baths, $1 million. Inflation is creeping in. Gas prices as high as $1.65 per liter. Food set to skyrocket 4 years ago. 60% of Canadian families worried they won't be able to feed their families. So, hyperinflation ahead. Money to lose 98% of value. Wages are not keeping up with inflation 5 years ago. World of inflation. So we've been on this so many years. The great Canadian peso. We've been talking about that for over 10 years now. It's been going on for years. And you go on to here and you type in debt. Canadians who can't pay their debts back 3 years ago. Canadians are drowning in debt to maintain a basic lifestyle 6 years ago. We did it all over the world. We did it for Australia. We did it for Canadians to pile on more debt for basic essentials like food and electricity 3 years ago. We did it for the United States, the blue states of America. We call it Amerifornia. So there it is. Debt to income ratio. Everything. Watch out. They're planning to federalize or private your debt, consolidate loans to help you. Watch out. So we've been on this for years. Australia in serious financial trouble 4 years ago. So this is something that's been very vocal. And why? Well, does it tie back to this episode of Mike in the Night, episode 228, that we streamed 3 years ago? What was the deal with this episode? Why? Well, because of this. Few episodes before, we said something. I'm talking with words on front pages. It's what they're feeding us. And the funny part of this one is that a lot of people are actually buying this hook, line, and sinker. But what is the real thing? Like, there's something so big in the works. Either it's a real big hot war that's going to wipe out a percentage of us. Either they're going to pull the trigger on a mass pandemic, or it's going to be something. They're going to pull the trigger on a mass pandemic. There it is right there. And then, okay, this was on this tape right here. Let's go to the date here. This was on September 28th, 2019. Now, a few weeks after that, in October 19th, 2019, we did a video. They will pull the trigger on a pandemic, worldwide riots as world burns. So we covered the worldwide riots as basically there was riots all over the world where people had no confidence in government. And we were telling people the whole show, Collins, it's going to happen, folks. Now, here's the problem with this. The reason why I made a follow-up video on they're going to pull the trigger on the pandemic, because when I made that first video where I said it, your credibility went out right out the window. Emails I got. Facebook messages. You are a nut bar, Mike. How are they going to get over? How would they get away with pulling the trigger on the pandemic? They're not going to do that. You're a nut bar. All your credibilities went out right out the window once you said that in that video. So I was actually scrutinized for that video for when I said, basically, we were going over the riots all over the world, no confidence in government, they're blaming climate change. So my idea was, or what I thought was, they're going to pull the trigger on the pandemic. And then, boom, the amount of hate mail I got from that, and people, you should stick to talking about real estate, you don't know what you're talking about. So, fast forward, and that happens. And so, guys, how do you find me? Here it is. Go to realmikemartins.com. I'll try to maintain this and keep it up. realmikemartins.com. I'll try to maintain this and put up the uncensored episodes of Mike in the Night here. I'm doing my best to maintain and keep everything up. And on Rumble, you go to Rumble, and it's Real Mike Martins on Rumble, and there's our episode of Mike in the Night right there from 3 days ago with our Collins. We just completed episode 502. We've been doing this since 2016. You can find me on Odyssey. I may be still there when you're watching this video. I don't know. And YouTube, the Mike Martins channel right there. Unfortunately, I have a lot of followers, but nobody sees anything. I just posted the community strike. Oh, I got 5 likes on this. Wow, that's incredible. So I'm getting heavily censored, and they gave me back my Mike in the Night page here on Facebook, and nobody sees anything I post. So unfortunately, with 92K followers on there too. The other one has 112 or 112. So what is it? Why is it? Why are we being purged? Why are we being attacked for? Especially when we're not saying or even hinting towards certain things. How can I have known about all that stuff back in the day? Are they going to punish me for predicting the future? Are they going to punish me for existing? Like, what's the deal? Like, what is happening here, folks? Right? I have done my best. I have done my best to do what I can to get everybody. So get over to Rumble if you want. Go to realmikemartins.com. You'll find our Rumble links there. Go to Rumble and find me, folks. I'll leave a series of links below where you can find me. I really hope we can maintain this continuity of discussion through Mike in the Night, and I'll continue doing my episodes every Saturday, and like I have since 2016, and we could do what we can as a team collectively to try to figure out what's going on and to, talk ourselves through this. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.